Okay, welcome to Motivated Entrepreneurs. It is, I said Motivated Entrepreneurs. I don't even know if it's, listen, I don't know. I've been getting some awesome feedback though. So thank you so much for the feedback. I know you guys are still listening, even though I said that we've had the biggest week we've ever had on the podcast. There is thousands and thousands of people listening. So all I can say is thank you so much. Even though I did mention that this is for my kids, and it's kind of a legacy for me. It's kind of a legacy play. And so I want to give value to them and help them, and no, just little snippets of things that I learned along the way. And if anybody else gets anything from it, that is absolutely amazing. And I'm over the moon. I'm really, really just thankful, grateful that other people are listening to this. And yeah, I genuinely can't believe how many people are listening. We're on target for 50,000 people. 50,000, let me say that again, 50,000 downloads this month, which is absolutely bonkers. So thank you so much, guys. 50,000 listeners, views on YouTube, not many on YouTube, but on Facebook, on social media, and on the podcast. So that is bananas. So yeah, genuinely, thank you guys so much. I'll keep doing these because I love them and it's my legacy. I want to have a big legacy for my family, and I want to document the good, the bad. And this week, by the way, I've got a confession to make. So this week's title is The Confession. And yeah, so thank you. I'm grateful to every single one of you listening. And like I said, I had to think about what I'm doing it for and why I'm doing it. Somebody asked me this week, what's the end game? What do you want out of this? I don't want anything. I do want something. I want my family to be able to listen and hear me long after I'm gone. And hopefully, I'm only 39 now, so hopefully that'll be many years to come. And they'll still be able to hear my annoying positivity and happiness and stuff. And so that's why I do it, because I just think it's so cool if I could listen and hear from my granddad and my dad when he was growing up. I'd love it if I could listen to my dad and the trials, the tribulations, the good, the ups, the downs, what he wanted to achieve this week. Oh my God, I wouldn't get off social media. I won't get off a podcast. I just keep listening and thinking, oh my God, what's he doing next? And so that's why I do it, because I think it'll be cool for a legacy for my family to be able to see exactly. Now I'm going to say, when I'm successful, when I achieve the Deca, maybe even 100 million exit, you'll be able to see the process along the way, all the pieces of a jigsaw, how they operated, when they come in, when they didn't, and see part of a journey and see how my mind works, and hopefully you can. I don't know. That's the idea anyway. That's what I'm doing it for. But if anybody else is getting value out of this as well, then yeah, do you know what? I am over the moon. So thank you so much for all the people listening. It is fantastic. I'm overwhelmed by the numbers recently. Yeah. So anyway, so I said I've got a confession. It is April 12th, and we are looking back on what I did last week. I did absolutely jack last week. The kids was off, and I've got a mastermind next week. By the way, masterminds are one of the single most important things that you can be a part of. Like-minded individuals. You had literally the average of the 5 people you hang around with. I don't care what anybody says now. I'm becoming more vocal on that. If you hang around with losers, you are a loser. I'm not apologizing for it at all, because they influence the way you think, the way you talk, the way you act, your peers, your friends, your family. And so if you hang around most of your time with idiots, you're going to be an idiot. If you hang around most of your time with people who want to develop and get better, then guess what? You'll be exactly the same. And so that's my one biggest takeaway for you guys, because I've been planning for my mastermind next week. I'm in a room full of other business owners who, some are in front of me, so I'm in front of other people, and it's just, am I in front of other people? Well, I hope so. But yeah, so it's all part of a process, and you are so influenced by the people around you. And so, Zach and Kai, this message is for you. Look at the people that you're spending most time with. Do you want to be like them? And it'll change over time. It's okay. I used to be best friends with people that I'm no longer friends with or no longer very, very, very close to. And that's okay. That changes. But look at the people that you're spending time with. Do you want to be like them? Because fundamentally, the people you spend the most time with, you will become more like them. There is no getting away from it. You will be more like the people you spend time with. That's it. People influence you, they influence your behavior. So please remember that the people you spend time with, you are influenced by them and you become more like them. So that's number one. So the reason why I started talking about the mastermind is because I kind of forgot that my mastermind was coming up and I had to prepare for the mastermind, which means that I had to do the accounts. Any business owners out there listening to this, you have to have good accounts. You have to know your numbers. You have to know where the business is going, what you want to achieve, the goals. If you don't know your goals, how do you know when you get there? You can't. It's impossible. So I beg you to understand your numbers more. I have management accounts every month. I have management accounts, and then every quarter we go through them as well. Well, I go through them every month, but every quarter I prepare them, and I go through the ups and downs. What I'm happy about for the mastermind meeting. It probably takes me 2 days. 2 days to actually go through. It doesn't have to take me 2 days, but I really want to listen. I really want to learn. I really want to educate myself about the business and the direction we're going and what trajectory we're on. And sometimes, well, all the time, you always learn something. Even if with the numbers, you're always going a direction, but it's a direction you want to go. And so with the numbers, when you delve deeper, you always learn something. So if business owners out there, please look at your numbers more, spend time on it. It's not wasted time. I used to be one of these people who thought, do you know what? I'll do my thing. I'll bring in the revenue. I'll bring in the money. I'll make sure that our advertising on point and I'll get the customers. If I do all that, then the accountant can do their thing. Oh man, was I naive? Was I stupid? Was I dumb? And it's not the way to do it. So yeah, so this week, all I've been doing is preparing my numbers, making sure everything's absolutely spot on for the mastermind meeting, preparing my presentation, because 22-page presentation. Oh man, who'd have thought at school, if you'd have got me to do a 22-page presentation of anything, I'd have thought you're mad. There's no chance, but I love it. I really, really enjoyed it. So so I forgot about that. So that's all I've been doing all week. I haven't really done much more other than that, because the kids have been off and I've been spending a lot of time with the kids. I tried to do some work over the weekend. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday were just taken, and Saturday and Sunday, again, just weekends taken with kids football and stuff. And yeah, and was going out today to Knaresborough. So I couldn't do anything then either. So yeah, it's been when I said today, I'm recording this on Sunday evening. So it's been a real tough week in terms of finding the time, but you have to remember what are the most important things to you, and you've got to act accordingly. Because if you say, oh, my family's the most important, oh, my relationship with my kids is the most important, oh, my relationship with my wife or my health is most important, then it's work. But then how much time do you spend at work? And I'm not talking about the work you have to do. I'm talking about the extra work, the time when you bring it home. And so you've got to really look into where you're spending the time, because I promise you that where you think your priorities lie, your time is a true reflector of that. Your time is a truth teller. Where you spend your time, how you spend your time, because that, my friends, is how you know what your priorities are. If you tell me your kids are the priority and you're spending most of the time on extracurricular activities at work when you don't need to be there or something, or you're doing extra overtime, then do you know what? Yeah, I'm thinking in my head, yeah, but what if we're doing overtime to support the family? I get all that. All I'm trying to say is that don't overlook the stuff that don't cost anything, your relationship with your family, your kids and stuff. And for me, that's so important. So yeah, this week I've been spending time with my kids and the wife, and I've loved it. I've absolutely loved it. And obviously doing the mastermind next week, if I'm honest, in terms of what I want to do, what I want to achieve. And then I will tell you one thing that I am super excited about, because then that's part of where I want to go with the business and stuff. So I'll tell you that in a minute. So next week, this week, Monday, I'm spending time with the kids because it's the last day, and I go away Tuesday and Wednesday. Monday night and Tuesday night for the mastermind, and I get real homesick. I can't lie. I don't like being away from my family, and I don't know. I like my home comforts, not my home comforts, but I just like being with my kids. And the wife. I just don't like being away from them. And so being away from them for 2 nights, and I know people are listening to this, I'm away from my kids for loads, I'm doing it for work. And I get it. I know some people that love being away from their family, and that's great. You got to do you. But for me, I just feel real uneasy. I know the time's coming. I know that I've got to leave for 2 days for this mastermind, but I just feel very, very insecure. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I feel insecure about the whole process. And so Monday, I'm spending it with the kids. We're going to Scarborough because the arcades are open. The bandits, the fruit machines, we love them. So we're going to go and spend. I said the kids can have 20 quid each on the fruit machine. So that's what we're doing on Monday. Monday night, I'm traveling down there to Warwick, Coventry, and Tuesday, Wednesday, that's where I am. And Wednesday, I'm leaving early. I'm leaving the mastermind early because my sister's birthday on Wednesday. Because then we're going to a pub. We're going to a pub. Yes, we've got a pub garden. Beverly Arms. We're going there on Wednesday. Excuse me. And we're going to have lunch there, have a few drinks. I'm really looking forward to that. So that's why I'm leaving, because again, family's more important than the mastermind. So that's important for me to be there. And then on Thursday, I might be a little bit hungover because it's Man City, and I've got a massive bet for Man City to win the Champions League. Man City in the Champions League on Wednesday night against Borussia Dortmund. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. And then Thursday and Friday. All I'm going to be doing Thursday and Friday is looking through the previous weeks. Well, maybe on Thursday I'll be doing something different, but I'll be going back through the previous weeks, because obviously last week, I'm not even going to go through all the bits and bobs that I had to do last week because I missed them all. I didn't do any of them. I'll be honest with you guys. Nothing of them. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, going back through the old. And by the way, it's okay to have weeks like this. It's okay to have weeks not to achieve your goals. Yeah, am I a little bit mad at myself? Yes. I was having a conversation with my wife and saying that I feel a little bit torn, because on one hand, I feel like I give the kids a great experience. But on the other hand, I feel as though I let the family down, because I feel as though I've got a massive opportunity in my industry to make a real big splash and to do something different. And we still did the podcast. I did loads of podcasts last week. I interviewed loads of people. I interviewed one person, but I did about 5 podcasts last week. So I didn't do nothing, but I didn't move the needle. And so I feel like I've got a massive opportunity in this industry to really move my family's needle and the legacy, and not just my needle right now, my financial needle, but also the kids and the kids and the kids and the kids. I really genuinely believe that we've got a fantastic opportunity in the storage industry to make a real difference to multiple generations. And so I feel like on one hand, I spent time with the kids, which is very, very important, but I also feel like that I didn't do any spending time on the business things that can really move the needle. So that's maybe why I should have focused just a little bit more time there. But it is what it is, and you can never ever spend enough time with your kids. You never ever regret spending time with your kids. So yeah, it's very, very little. A part of me is thinking, well, how much time? I don't know. As you can see, I'm very, very conflicted on this, because I know that earning money and working is very, very important. But then equally, I do know that spending time with your family and having that relationship and having that strong bond is very, very important as well. So there's no right or wrong. I don't believe. You've got to do you. And this week, it just felt right to spend time with the kids. And there's been a local 15-year-old guy who's been knocked off his bike in Beverly and killed for those Beverly people. It's just, do you know what? I can even feel myself getting obviously I'm an emotional guy anyway, but I can feel myself getting emotional now. And I know the family, and it's just, I don't know them, but I obviously it's Beverly. It's a very, very small town. And so I just feel very, very upset for them as well. And so I'm sure that's influenced my decision as well this week to spend more time with a family, because you just don't know what's around the corner. And that was horrendous. So yeah, I spent a lot of time with family this week, which is good. One thing that I did want to tell you about is that this excites me. I have in storage, very, very short, because I know people aren't interested in storage. And I know Zach and Kai listening to this, and Zach and Kai's kids listening to this, hopefully listening to this. Basically, there's automation now. There is technology out there that can make self-storage automated. So it's manless facilities, which I am super excited about. Most people And by the way, I went on stage at the Fidessa conference, the world's biggest audience, and had a debate in October 2019 against Travis Morrow from America, and I debated against automation. He debated for automation. And by the way, this Travis Morrow is super silky, cool, just suave. And I came on in a hoodie. That basically sums it up. And we've kept in contact ever since because he's a super, super awesome guy. And he's been telling me about automation. Obviously, with coronavirus, it's accelerated what people are willing to do online, accelerated people's willingness to. It's just accelerated the whole process. And so now I believe that we are one of the front runners in the UK for automated facilities. We are really, really going for it. And what automation means is that we can open smaller sites. We don't need, I'm super excited. By the way, Zach and Kai, if you can check out Hacking Self-Storage, because I go into this in greater detail. I give everything away there on self-storage and how we do it, the money we earn, the conversion rates, everything. And so what we're doing now is we're looking for smaller sites because we know that now we don't need staff. If we don't need staff, that is massive, because sites that would have been overlooked in previous years because it just wasn't worth it with how much you're going to spend on staff are no longer overlooked in my eyes, in my personal opinion. Very, very. I spoke to somebody, interviews of a guy called Martin Wild on the podcast, Hacking Self-Storage, and he's in Vienna in Austria. He's got one massive site, one medium site, and one very, very small site with 50 units. And he just wanted to test it. And he said, basically, the site's doing very, very well. People are moving in, only just opened. And I'm doing the same. I want to, in next quarter, next 3 months, by June, end of June, I want to have found somewhere and be in heads of terms with a very, very micro self-storage with only 50 units. And I believe that we should be making around about 50 grand net profit from that. And it should be fairly easy to run, not a lot of setup cost either. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at smaller towns where we'd have overlooked previously, because when we'll have done the reports, if it's worthwhile, forgotten the name of the reports that we do, but it's basically the reports that we do to make sure that a business is viable in that area. We'd have definitely said no if we need staff. Now we don't need staff, so therefore it becomes more viable, it becomes more profitable, it becomes more open. But the great thing is, this is why I've got an opportunity, because most people in the self-storage industry, I would say 99.9% of people, are overlooking these very, very niche sites, very, very small individual storage facilities with only 50 sites, where you can quite comfortably fill it up with very, very low rents, very, very low rates, very, very, it's just all the cost. The capital expense is very, very small. And so it's a free bat. It's almost a free hit, almost. And so that's what we're looking at now in the next 3 months. I want to be driving around. Think I've found somewhere to do on my travels, an area that I'm really interested in, depending on if anything's available. But before, it had to be 10,000 square foot plus. Now it can be a lot less than that. And so it opens up more doors, more avenues. And as you can tell, I'm very, very excited about it. And I believe that this will take us to the next level, because at the minute, I've got 2 stores. I've got 1 under development. So that'll be 3 stores that'll be opening. That's all signed, sealed, everything's done. That's on Clough Road in Hull. We'll be opening late this year, very, very, well, they say this year, I think probably early next year. And then this will open the doors for me, be able to expand into 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sites very, very quickly. And that the foundations, what we've done right now, and I realize I'm bloody talking 34 minutes. Holy shit, these are supposed to be very, very short. So the foundations right now, and what I'm trying to focus on now is I'm trying to focus on what will be interesting for my kids listening to this, my family listening to this. So if you're still listening, I very much apologize to you guys, because obviously most people aren't interested in this kind of thing, but I'm trying to be open and honest, because I'm just trying to think about what would be helpful for me growing up. And so, yeah, this is where. So ideally, yeah, like I said, it opens up so many doors, so many avenues, so many places, so many towns, villages, maybe not villages, but smaller towns that people would overlook in the self-storage industry. We no longer have to overlook. We can cherry pick our locations, and we can pick up 50 grand here, 50 grand there, 50 grand there, 50 grand there, or whatever it is, even if it's 30 grand, even if it's not 50 grand. But we can, I believe it'll be between 50 and 75. net profit. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. So that's what we're looking for in the next 3 months. I want to find one location, and obviously it could all go wrong as well. You could be listening to this and say, "Oh my God, Dean, this is where you went wrong. Dad, stop, now. This is where it all started to unravel for you." But that's a thought process. That's the direction, and I'm not saying it's the only direction. Obviously, with the other Manless facility, yes, it's a Manless facility down Clough Road, but it will be a much bigger Manless facility. We're talking 200 units. So we're talking 4 times as big. So we're still continuing in that direction, but also we're seeing opportunities in the lower end. When I say we, I don't really know who we're talking about. It's me. And you guys are coming for the ride as well, because I'm doing document the whole thing. So hopefully, smaller facilities, it'll be. And by the way, if anybody else is interested in getting self-storage, there's plenty of places, plenty of opportunity for all of us to go around. It's not just if it was finite and limited, I wouldn't be sharing it, obviously, because I want to keep it for me and to try and benefit my family, obviously. But there's so much opportunity out there, guys. So if anybody doesn't want to get in self-storage and wants a hand, because I do feel like we're one of the very, very best operators now, in terms of we've done the hard years, 9th year now operating, but I get mentorship from the 3 people in the world that I consider to be the very, very best. And the great thing is they don't always agree with each other. So we've got 3 mentors in the self-storage industry, and they sometimes disagree, which is great, because I consider these 3 to be the very, very best, and I pay them an ungodly amount of money. But it's very, very, very much worth it for me to make sure that I get the best advice and learn as much as I possibly can do. And that's another takeaway: is find a mentor, find somebody who is achieved something what you want to achieve, or is where you want to go, and pay them. Get in touch with them, pay them, and ask to be the mentor. Ask to be mentored by them, because they've learned from their mistakes. They've been where you are right now, and I can't recommend that enough, guys. If you are out there listening, then find somebody who's done what you are doing. Who's the best out there? Find them, listen to them, learn from them, and educate yourself. And if you have to, pay them, because that's what I do, and that's been the best return on investment that I could have ever made. So yes. So that's what we're trying to do. We are trying to go down that route of micro stalls of 50 units. And like I said, I will document it. It could be wrong. It could be right. But I feel as though it's the right thing. It's a very, very small risk. Well, not very small, but it's a small risk. And so we'll see how it goes. Now I'll document the journey here. Okay, guys, I'm boring you. I'm boring myself. So I'm going to go. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week. And I will speak to you tomorrow morning when we have another great episode. We have got some fantastic episodes this week. So hopefully you guys enjoy them. All right. Speak to you soon. Bye.